Teachers, if all of your students are accounted for, will you please make your way across the field to march in together? Teachers, please make your way over if your students are accounted for. Thank you, and welcome to Nunley Stadium on a beautiful night. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the posting of the colors? Gentlemen, please remove your hats. The colors are being presented by Warren County High School Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, Pioneer Battalion, Color Guard Team 1. U.S. Flag and Commander, Cadet First Lieutenant Aiden Betancourt. Tennessee State Flag, Cadet First Sergeant Colby Keener. Right Guard, Cadet Staff Sergeant Victor McBride. Left Guard, Cadet First Sergeant Dylan Hutchings. Now we ask for Mary Margaret Stanley to come forward for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Guards, one step forward, march. Ready, move. Forward, arms. Order, arms. Left, face. Forward, arms. Forward, march. Forward, march.
You may be seated. I would like to recognize tonight a special group of graduates that we have that have enlisted and will be entering the military following graduation. When I read your name, if you'll please stand and be recognized. Thomas Turpin. Lucas Pacific. Jacob Cox. Silas Fultz. Kaylin Lusk, Alexander Smith, and Antonio Hernandez. We want to wish these graduates a safe journey, and we want to thank you for our service. Let's give them all a round of applause, please. And now, if our Warren County High School choir could come forward for a song. Now we ask our valedictorians, Daniel Larson and Ashlyn Rose Simpson, to come forward.
Okay, firstly, I need to get the thank yous out of the way, so maybe just tune me out for about 30 seconds. Thank you to my father, who was always the voice of reason over my shoulder. Thank you to my mother and all of the other amazingly supportive role models in my life. I would also like to thank all of you for being here tonight. Even if we don't say it, it means so much to us. To be honest, I wrote this speech yesterday, completely threw away my other revision, and wanted to start fresh. My plan was to come up with something inspirational that I could relate to all of us. But honestly, after watching about 3 different speeches on YouTube, I was exhausted. Every speech had the same 4 or 5 main ideas: resilience, courage, honesty, and compassion. And all of these characteristics are applicable to the class of 2022. But I feel like those are very narrow terms for such a distinguished and intelligent group of people who have overcome so much. I know that after tonight, some may know exactly what they are doing, while others, not so much. I will tell you guys, it's okay. Even the most organized and detail-oriented people cannot predict the irregularities of life. There will be challenges, plenty of them, but you need to face these with excitement, embrace change, and experience life one moment at a time. When faced with these challenges, I urge you all to maybe test the waters at first, but then dive head first to find a solution, even in the deepest oceans. You may struggle at first, but you will learn how to swim and then flourish in the water, which is a lifelong lesson. Unfortunately, we don't have everyone here that should be walking the stage tonight to the damaging waves of life. While they may not be with us, we will forever hold them close and cherish the many memories we created together. I would like to share a quote with you guys to kind of finish off this frantically written speech. Stay hungry, stay foolish. It's from Steve Jobs, which I originally found out freshman year. I've been trying to live it ever since. Stay hungry. Do not ever settle for anything less than what is best for you. I encourage you guys to never let yourself become stagnant in the search for knowledge. Constantly be on the lookout for new challenges, new information, and new perspectives. Stay engaged with your surroundings and use your heart to lead you where you need to be. Next, the easy part, stay foolish. I would say we're pretty good at this, but in reality, mistakes are necessities. Mistakes are the stepping stones for growth, but only if you learn from them. So, we have to stay foolish and have a little fun from time to time, even if we sacrifice being right or gaining something for our own benefit. I hope you guys take these 4 words and apply them to every aspect of your life. I further advise you to stay hungry and stay foolish to your last breath. I applaud all of you for sitting here today, and I wish you the best in your future endeavors. I'm proud to have been part of the class of 2022. With that being said, everybody wanted to know what I would do if I didn't get valedictorian. I guess we'll never know. Congratulations, class in 2022. Thank you.
Oh, good job, Daniel. My speech isn't as long, but I wrote it about the same time that he did. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rose Simpson. Welcome to Warren County High School's Class of 2022 graduation ceremony. It was sophomore year in agri-science class with Mr. Upton, and I told him if I ever got valedictorian or salutatorian that I was not going to make a speech, and he got mad at me. So here I am. My fellow graduates, I know each of you have worked hard to reach this moment, and now that we're here, I want to say a special thank you to the people who have helped me along the way. My friends, Keely Walker, Parker Yates, Luke Winkler, Cameron McLaughlin, Sawyer Thompson, Braden Markham, and Addie Mars, to name a few. Thank you for the joy you have brought to my life and for making school tolerable even on the worst of days. My teachers, Miss Matheny, Mr. McGee, Miss Dyer, Miss Taylor, Mr. Upton, Mr. Upchurch, and so many more. Thank you for teaching me not only school standards, but life lessons as well. My family, mom, dad, my 5 siblings, all 42 of my first cousins, many aunts and uncles, Papa, Grandy, Gammy, Big Pa. Thank you for always being there for me through laughter and tears. A special thank you to Deborah Ramos for being my second mom, mentor, and friend. I thank God for each of you and the part you have played in my life. Class of 2022, sorry. Whatever your skills, from mechanics and carpenters to future doctors and engineers, I hope you make the best of life and strive to be kind and caring. Follow your dreams and be the change you wish to see in the world. Life will be over before you know it. Thank you, good night, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, Daniel and Rose. Now we ask our student body president and class president, Jacoby Blake and Jessica Chastain, to come forward.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jessica Chastain, your senior class president.
And I'm Jacoby Blake, your student body president. And before we begin, we know this isn't the greatest speech, but this hasn't been the greatest 4 years we've had, so at least we've stayed consistent.
We wanted to start off by saying a big thank you to our families, peers, teachers for helping us make it onto the stage tonight. We also wanted to congratulate the entire class of 2022 for persevering through these last few difficult years.
But before we talk about high school, we have to give some backgrounds on the things that drastically changed how we interacted with each other for these years. One of the most popular changes to media was the release of Snapchat and TikTok, which soon took hold over all of us middle schoolers. People would make dance videos in the hallways and use dog filters in the middle of class. And by freshman year, friends almost entirely communicated through Snapchat, and almost all of our memories were in these 2 apps.
People always blame cell phones for being the reason we acted less in person, but during this pandemic, the only way some people could communicate was through their phones, and it allowed us to stay connected in a world where we felt so closed off. And we could not commemorate these past 4 years without mentioning the media that held us together.
So, class of 22, we know these past few years have gone by so fast. We started off as nerve-little freshmen, roaming the halls, trying to find our first classes. And now, that was really the only normal year of high school we were gonna get. Our sophomore year, we left for spring break, and we thought we were just gonna get a little extension, but that spring break ended up all the way into our junior year. And then, for these past 2 years, we've had so much weird scheduling, quarantining and all that, we've never really got to slow down and enjoy it.
One tradition we were able to hold on to was homecoming floats. They were always so fun to make and always brought everyone together. Our sophomore year, the juniors thought we sold their rocket idea, but I'm pretty sure it's because they were jealous because we always beat them. Thank you, Ms. Smith, for always helping us create the coolest ideas and bringing the class together. Senior prank was definitely one for the books. We had hundreds, if not thousands, of balloons, and seeing that many people come together was really fun to fill the halls with balloons, cups, streamers. It was really memorable. It only took about 30 minutes for the cops to show up, and it was pretty funny seeing how many cops they had show up to stop teams with balloons. We may not have been successful, and we spent more time cleaning than we did setting up, but we will remember this time for a really long time. We really appreciate Mr. George for being so chill about it.
And with all this madness that's been happening in these 4 years, it's been really hard to stay determined and focused onto what you wanted to achieve in life. But sitting here today on this field, whenever you walk across this stage, you're proving to yourself and everyone else in this stadium that you can do it. So, class of 2022, as we go into this next chapter, Think back on these difficult years not as an obstacle, but as motivation to keep going and knowing that we will make it through. Each and every one of us are bound to do extraordinary things. So when we leave here tonight, don't feel upset or doubtful. Feel inspired to take on that new challenge. Because we've just shown everyone in this stadium that not even a global pandemic is going to stop this class. And to end off this speech, since we were talking about social media so much, we thought it was fitting to take one last group picture. Smile, everybody.
And remember, carpe diem, seize the day moment.
It's close enough.
Thank you, Jessica and Jacoby. Now I'd like to recognize students. If you will please stand, all students that are graduating with honors and distinction. If you will please rise. Let's give these graduates a round of applause. Thank you. Now I would ask Elijah Kirkendall to come forward for a moment of silence.
Please bow. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for everything that you've given unto us, dear Lord. Thank you for the amazing faculty and staff that have been with us through 4 years, dear Lord. Thank you for the amazing parents and guardians that have been with us, molding us into amazing young men and women. Dear Lord, as we go on throughout the rest of our lives, I ask that you be with us and let you shine through us each and every day. Please help us to be amazing examples to everyone in life. In Christ's name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Eli. Now we ask for Hannah Sanders and Briley Moore to come forward.
I am unwritten, can't read my mind, I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. I break tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the lines. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Really Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten.
Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find.
Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten.
Thank you.
Graduates, parents, family members, friends, Warren County School Board members, Director Swallows, and distinguished guests, I welcome you to the Warren County High School Class of 2022 Commencement Ceremony. Warren County High School Class of 2022, you made it. Let's give this class a round of applause. I am so proud of you all for your accomplishments during the time at Warren County High School. This is only the beginning. As you move forward to your new great adventure in life, always give your best in every endeavor, follow your heart, never stop learning, and above all, believe in yourself. We have had a trying and sometimes difficult few years during your high school career due to the challenges we have faced. We have adapted to these challenges, and as a pioneer family, we have persevered. Tonight, you will graduate and become a member of a very special group of individuals as an alumnus of Warren County High School. Tonight, we are together as a pioneer family, and together we are pioneer strong. By the authority vested in me by the local and state boards of education, I have searched the records on file for each of the seniors whose names will be publicly announced. I certify that each of the students has met at least the minimum requirements as prescribed by the State Board of Education and is eligible to receive a regular diploma or a diploma of special education. On behalf of the Warren County High School faculty, it is my pleasure to present to you, Dr. Grant Swallows, the class of 2022.
Thank you. What an honor it is for me to be here tonight. What about the class of 2022? I just need to sit down and let them come back up and sing and be all talented like they are. But nevertheless, you're stuck with me. Graduation is my favorite event of the year, not just because it's the last event of the year, even though that is really nice, because it marks the culmination of the years of hard work by you, the graduates, and many others around you. So quickly, I want to take the opportunity to welcome and thank a few groups of people. I want to recognize and thank our elected officials, including Representative Paul Sherrill, County Executive Jimmy Haley, and members of the Warren County Commission for being here with us tonight. They are seated to my left. Thank you for being here tonight. At this time, I'd also like to take a minute to recognize the Warren County Board of Education. Those members are Sue Anderson, James Bennett, Tanya Bess, Tommy Colwell, Helen Martin, and Bill Zeckman. They are also seated to my left. I'd like to thank each of them for their time and service to our schools and to the children of our community. I'd also like to recognize a special group of people that have put forth an amazing amount of effort to get you all here tonight. Graduates, I'd like you to take a second, and when I ask you the question, who has had the most impact on you as a person throughout your school career? I hope there are many that come to your mind, but at least one. For some of you, it's the elementary school teacher that instilled in a love for learning in you or didn't give up on you when that love wasn't always present. For some, it was the middle grades teacher that understood you and offered encouraging words during times of change. For some, it was the high school teacher that simply would not let you quit and created memories for you and for your friends that will last a lifetime. It might be the coach or the sponsor that believed in you when no one else did. Maybe it was the cafeteria worker that greeted you every day with a smile, the teacher's aide that spoke to you every day, the worker at the front desk that took care of all your problems, or the custodian that just took care of you. Graduates, I hope that you recognize the love and sacrifice that comes from the people in our school district. We are not perfect. The educators in Warren County have braved almost impossible conditions over the last few years, all in order to provide you with the experiences you deserve. I would like to ask that any employee of our school system to stand at this time, and I'd like to recognize them for the outstanding service to our students and community this school year. Thank you. I've shared at previous ceremonies a quote that I heard that says, "What doesn't challenge you doesn't change you." And with all the challenges you've experienced over the past few years, there's been great opportunity for change, maybe too much. I think back to the day after my high school graduation, that's been several years ago, and the weird feeling that I had when it was over. For so long, being a student was just who I was. Like you, life revolved around hoping to not be late for the morning bell, hoping I had all my homework, hanging out with friends, counting the minutes until the afternoon so I could do whatever was going on that day. And then all of a sudden, all those things were just gone. And just like tonight, this will be the last time the class of 2022 will ever be together in a setting such as this. Tomorrow, all will be different. For some of you, you've dreaded this moment. For some of you, you've looked forward to it for 13 years. For others, either way it goes, tomorrow begins a new chapter for each one of you. You decide the next step. I say this often at graduation ceremonies that I hope your time in our schools has been fantastic, but I hope it is not the best years of your life. You see, folks, my hope is that we've prepared you to go live a life worthy of the sacrifices that have been made to get you to this point. This weekend, we celebrate Memorial Day, and we honor the men and women who have served our country in order to give you the chance to be sitting here tonight. As was mentioned, some of you will go on to follow those men and women in our armed forces, and we appreciate your service. But not only our soldiers have made a sacrifice. There are people in this stadium that have provided for you, pushed you, cheered you on, and loved you so much that without them, you wouldn't be here. As a parent myself, I can remember the day we dropped our kids off for the first day of school. That's an emotional day in a parent's life, really, because we can't believe they're old enough to go to school. I'm going to guess there are some parents that are sitting in the bleachers tonight that are experiencing that same emotion. Graduates, you can thank those people that invested in you by deciding when you wake up tomorrow that everything lies in front of you, you will live a life worthy of those that have helped you. Parents and friends that are here tonight, allow me to say thank you for trusting us with your children. That responsibility is not lost on us as educators, and we hope that we have made you proud. The amazing thing about this graduating class that sits before me is that you're all different. You come from different backgrounds, you have different interests. And while I believe that's something that absolutely should be celebrated, I'm going to guess that it's caused a little bit of conflict throughout the years. I very much wish that I could say things will be different when you graduate. Unfortunately, I cannot. If the events in our country these last few weeks tell us anything, it's that conflict and strife are prevalent. We live in a world where we are quick to blame others for every single problem in the world. That blame, young people, will only lead to more conflict and strife. That blame will only lead to more hatred and violence. That blame will tear us apart. If you will allow me, I'd like to offer you this simple advice. Be who you've been created to be, and live a life filled with compassion for others. My hope for you is that you have developed a set of beliefs and principles that will guide you, and that you will fiercely hold true to those. But living a life with compassion means that you seek to understand those that disagree with you and that are different from you. Tonight is a shining example of that simple principle. In just a few minutes, you're going to walk across this stage, each one of you being unique. You came together 4 years ago and journeyed through both wonderful and difficult times. When I have the honor to hand you a diploma, you will be united as a graduate of Warren County High School. You will have made it. You have shown that regardless of where you're from, the color of your skin, the name on that diploma, or even the color of your graduation gown, you have made it. And instead of listening to everyone talk about what is wrong with our country, let's take time to celebrate what is right. We are here to celebrate the class of 2022. I will end by thanking you for displaying great pride and perseverance, and to say that I'm very, very proud of you. And tomorrow, as you embark on that new journey, your Warren County Schools family will be cheering you on every step of the way. Mr. George, you have affirmed that the staff of Warren County High School researched the records of the students before us this evening who are candidates for graduation, and that these candidates satisfied all the requirements established by the Warren County Board of Education and the state of Tennessee to receive their high school diploma. By your confirmation, it is my privilege and distinct honor, by the power vested in me by the Warren County Board of Education and the state of Tennessee, to confer to you the graduating class of Warren County High School, the class of 2022, your high school diploma with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that are now yours to enjoy. Congratulations.
Daniel Joseph Larson. Ashlyn Rose Simpson. Catherine May Cantrell. Anna Elizabeth Edson. Joan Carlos Garcia Hernandez. Ginger Tier Lou Majors. Shelby Marie Roberts. Jaden Faith Smart. Mary Margaret Stanley. Natalie Catherine Ruth Stepien. Sawyer Wayne Thompson. Caitlin Maria Tony. Aiden Cole Tutherow. Halo Micaiah Armstrong. Lauren Elizabeth Ashby. Jacoby Iverson Blake. Carly Ann Cantrell. Carmen Joanna Flores. Antonio Hernandez. Abigail Michelle Lee Hodge. Madison McKay Hollis. Braden Heath Markham. Abigail Cora Morgan McGee. James Cameron McLaughlin. Emma Elizabeth Randall. Chloe Elise Rush. Carter Blake Templeton. Marisol Villafuerte. Gloria Jeanette Villegas Montano. Brianna Danae Wanamaker. Brittany Faith Wilkinson. Parker Nathaniel Yates. Libby Marie Barks. Caitlin Jade Barnes. Jason Burgess Brown Jr. Ashley Nicole Dillon. Esmeralda Flores. Ashlyn Brooke Foltz. Harold Martin Guyona Puente. Shelby Lynn Hale. Caitlin Nicole Jordan. Elijah Seth Kirkendall. Jamie Marie Lee. Johnny Dyson McBride. Emily Ann Myers. Hagen Pierce Stewart. Cooper Jackson Thurman. Jonathan Lee White. Luke Evan Winkler. Mackenzie Jade Acton. Juan Gerardo Almaguer Jimenez. Isis Ruby Almaguer Cerna. Edward Blake Anaya. Jonathan Aquino. Christian Lee Atkins. Jay Candler Austin. Kelton McCall Baker. Sarah Giselle Balderas. Alexis Renee Baltimore. Thomas Bartolo. Ayana Tikawitha Basham. Bryson Dean Basham. Jalen Alina Beard. Kelsey Brianna Lowry Bell. Ethan Hayes Bernhardt. Chloe Eliza Palomia Betancourt. Fabian Betancourt. Omari Jaquai Biles. Isabella Ray Blankenship. Jacob Smith Blankenship. William Allen Blankenship. Jaden Chandler Bowley. Samantha Marie Bonilla. Jameson Emmanuel Baroviak. Danielle Ray Bowen. Jamie Lee Boyd. Brittany Cheyenne Branham. Jason Michael Brewer. Gracie Nicole Brock. Cameron Nicole Brooks. David Blaine Bumpus. Riley Emerson Bundy. Kiana Haley Birch. Sydney Bell Berger. Samantha Calzada Mendez. Maria Guadalupe Camacho. Braxton Ridge Campbell. Maxine Brittany Kander. Cynthia Kathleen Cantrell. Elijah Sean Cantrell. Isabella Marie Cantrell. Alyssa Renee Carter. Ephraim Dale Carter. Jasmine Itzel Casas Guyona. Joseph Brandon Castillo Cardenas. Landry Liddell Chadwell. Priscilla Chaparro. Jessica Estimphil Chastain. Oshakaya Kayshawn Chavez. Ting Chen. Kaylee Jade Cherry. Casey Eugene Christopher. Taylor Michelle Coldwell. Austin Blaine Keaton Connor. Jackson Trace Coppinger. Elijah Kaysen Korn. Byron Kyle Cox. Jacob Edward Cox. Keldrick Jerome Cox. Lyric Star Cox. William True Craven. Zoe Jemiah Critchlow. Brandon Lee Cripps. Austin Michael Cronkite. McKeely Beth Crouch. Antonio Lewis Cruz. Jacqueline Cruz. Braylee Wren Curtis. Bryn Sky Curtis. David Lee Davis. Dylan Fuentes de Santiago. Emily Lane DeArmond. Catherine Grace Deck. Caden Allen Desmaris. Molly Beth Dodd. Justin Ordonez Dodson. Callie Nicole Dodson. Roberto Ordonez Dodson. Amara Renee Dove. Tyler Curtis Dunn. Darren Jacob Earls. Aaliyah Ryan Esparza. Brittany Lindsay Esparza. Lila Katie Leanne Farmer. Caitlin Nicole Forrest. Jacqueline Renee Frankman. William Hayden Fries. Silas Hunter Fultz. Francesca Marcella Gaiona. Priscilla Anai Garcia. Kirtland Reese George. Raleigh David Gillum. Emma Diana Gonzalez Acevedo. Melanie Gonzalez Mercado. Jenna Lee Grissom. Ethan Gage Gunter. Taya Lachey Gurley. Hintz Garrison Hell. Michaela Lynn Hallam. Helen Elizabeth Hartle. Ethan David Hasty. Nicholas Alexander Hayes. Tyler Caleb Heathcock. Dakota Allen Hemby. Alan Joseph Hernandez. Lorenzo Reyes Nicholas Hernandez. Ohani Alexander Hernandez. Cheyenne Marie Higgins. Corey Elijah Hill. Alexia Lee Hillis. Samuel Baylor Hitchcock. Talon Elaine Hobbs. Braden Nathaniel Hollis. Kyler McCaleb Hopkins. Simon Jasper Hullett. Chance O'Neill Hunter. Braxton Nathaniel Allen Hutchins. Cassandra Ann Johnson. Kyle Wayne Johnson. Blaine Sebastian Jones. Clayton Allen Jones. Nyla Rain Jones. Ethan James Thomas Joseph. Eduardo Juarez Torres. Macy Elizabeth Judkins. Elijah James King. Haley Leanne King. Kylan William Lynn King. Sky Darlene King. Uriah Jacoby King. Esmeralda Adriana L. Contreras. Justin Robert Delman Lance. Dustin Ethan Nathaniel Lee. Caleb Matthew Looper. Danae Lopez. Brian Noe Loretto. Jaden Mariah Lowry. Yaleb Evelise Lugo Rexy. Luis Armando Luna. Kaylin Clark Lusk. Raylan Khalees Demetria Lusk. Caleb Dane Mackey. Mackenzie Jade Malone. Zachary Krishan Marchbanks. Jocelyn Marquez. Abreya Shanice Martin. Tommy Wyatt Martin. Jesmir Javier Martinez Martinez. Kylie Elizabeth Mason. Andrew Thomas Matthews. Austin James May. Matthew Ryan Mayberry. Marley Renee McBride. Ethan Cole Melton. Justin Gage Melton. Juan Miguel Mendez. Anna Dawn Mendoza Aquino. Kobe Antonio Mirafuentes. Celia Gabriela Montalvo. Gabriela Jordan Monzone. Kaylee Marie Mooneyham. Riley Jacob Liam Moore. Hunter Alexander Carl Moore. Armando Morales Jr. River Damian Mosier. Alina Sue Ann Muncie. Caitlin Munoz. Bailey Franklin Murphy. Hunter Lee Musgrove. Addison Rose Myers. Ryan Michael Myers. Thomas Glenn Myers. Kyle Logan Nippers. Nathan Scott Nippers. Jasmine Serna Nunez. Connor Blake Nunley. Hudson Scott O'Connor. Gerardo Ordez Santiago. Alan Roberto Oriana. Wendy Lisbeth Oriana Reyes. Trayton Ridge Owen. Carly Grace Pack. Justin Andrew Palmer. Alondra Diana Parada Jimenez. Keyshawn Latrell Parks. Emma Faith Parsley. Ox Raquez Kumar Patel. Isha Paresh Patel. Alexis Dawn Patterson. David Allen Patton. Samantha Nicole Perez. Lucas Gordon Pesovic. Hunter Dylan Morgan Pesamente. Adam Michael Pistol. Gia Marie Pope. Madeline Delaney Hillis Powers. Juliana Addison Pyburn. Bernice Marie Quesada Serna. Jake McGuire Rains. Aaron Ramirez. Diana Ramirez. Stephanie Nicole Ramirez Hidalgo. Jordan Toribio Ramirez Romo. Akira Jashay Ramsey. Danica Lachey Reno. Hannah Grace Richardson. Colin Eli Riley. Curtis Lane Roberts. Karina Jacinia Rodriguez. Ashley Romero Silva. Adrian Rosas Carrillo. Adolfo Joel Ruiz. Brian Salcedo Chavez. Ethan Ramon Sanchez. Hannah Elizabeth Grace Sanders. Jordan Ray Sandlin. Caitlin Brooke Shields. Tyler Mason Simpson. Alexander Gray Smith. Alex Orion Smith. Connor Warrington Smith. Eric Soria. Lorena Soria. Abby Leanne Stafford. Elizabeth Nolene Stalkup. Mia Lane Starkey. Ainsley Kaylin Stefanik. Amelia Angeline Stone. Emily Grace Stoner. Caleb Leo Stovall. Kaylee Jade Sullivan. Keely Renee Sweeten. Olivia Deshay Talbert. Justin Templos Silva. Emma Marie Thomas. Lexi Danielle Thomas. Jasmine Marie Rias Thompson. Anna Patricia Torres. Thomas Michael Turpin. William Thomas Vance. Ethan Leroy Vanderveer. Donovan Vargas. Christian Daniel Velasquez. Stephanie Velasquez Carrion. Asminda Carachure Villafuerte Carachure. Edgar Daniel Villegas Cabrera. Sarah Grace Vinson. Chloe Sue Wolf. Emily Grace Wade. Chloe Lachey Grace Wagoner. Summer Dawn Wakefield. Keely Phoenix Walker. Asher Blackston Earl Wallace. Dylan Cole West. Sebastian Thomas Wheatley. Savannah Jewel Juarez White. Kaylee Brooke Whitlock. Emily Dawn Wilcher. Dylan Thomas Williams. Jeremy Ethan Linnell Williams. Wesley Max Williamson. Elijah Jameer Wilson. Ivy Beth Womack. Hannah Marie Worthington.
I want to wish each of you the best for a bright and successful future. Little bit of advice that I leave you with. Be proud and follow your dreams. Work hard every day. Be proud of and love yourself and your family. Be proud of your accomplishments. And finally, be proud to always be a pioneer. We ask that our guests remain in the stands and our graduates will come to you. No guests will be allowed on the track or field. Seniors, please rise. Please move your tassel to the left. Parents, relatives, and friends. Parents, relatives, and friends, I present to you the class of 2022. God bless each senior, and may your future be successful. Good night. You are dismissed.
Till midnight.